Kelly Stewart. I'm a mother, a wife, and a diamond executive with FITTEAM Global. FITTEAM Global is a health and wellness company. It's allowed me to get healthier, help my family get healthier, and it's also been a business and I've been able to do from home and be home with my kids. I have 3 kids, 2 boys. Trey, he's 11, Mason is 9, and my youngest, Amiley, will be 6. Basically everything we do is for them. We're in Minot, North Dakota. I do like Minot. Matt, my husband, grew up here, and so since he lived here, this is where we decided to raise our family. I'm married to Matt Stewart. Matt and I met at the North Dakota State Fair. 9 months later, we were engaged, and 6 months after that, married.
Oh man, what can I say about Kelly? She is everything. The number one thing I've always loved about her is she gets into something, she puts her whole heart and soul into it. No matter what she does, she tries her very best to get the job done.
Before FITTEAM, I was a surgical tech in the OR. I worked a lot of hours, I worked a lot of call, and after we had my first son, we had a hard time finding daycare actually in our town. So I quit doing surgical tech, and I was one of those moms who wanted to be home with her kids. So I started up my own daycare to make up for my income and watched my kids from home. Life was good, things were great. We were married with 2 kids. I was running a full-time daycare, making a great income, and then the flood happened.
This morning, the center of Minot, North Dakota is filling up with water. And over the next week, that city of 41,000 people expects its worst flooding in history. Jamie Yukis of our Minneapolis station, WCC.
Minot was underwater with the flood for a good 2 to 3 weeks, depending on where you live. Our house in particular, it took 3 weeks till we could actually get to our house. Our whole house was underwater up to the rafters. The town was devastated. Minot's built with a valley in between, so people living in the middle of it were completely flooded. I think we lost about 4,100 homes was estimated. My kids did lose the only home that they had known. I also lost my home daycare, and we were a family that definitely were a 2-income family, so that was a huge loss for us. It was very scary. I didn't know where we were gonna live. I didn't know what we were gonna do.
You see devastation on TV all the time, and you see it, but it doesn't really resonate with you. When it happens to you, first of all, it's a shock. I think the one thing I always learned from my dad was anytime a situation got bad, he always told me you got 1 day to pout about it. He goes, then you gotta just get after it the next day.
After the flood receded, we had to figure out what our next step was. We decided we were gonna rebuild right where we were at. We actually ended up bulldozing our whole house and starting over. I was really scared to move back here and use the existing house we had and cleaned it up, because every time my kids would get sick, I would wonder if it was something from the flood. So we rebuilt from scratch. Got
together with my dad, family, who was all in construction, and we decided we're just gonna tear this thing down and build it from scratch on our own. It was my dad, myself, and softball friends, other family members, whoever could lend 2 hands on a weekend. But for the most part, yeah, it was my dad and I doing it.
We ended up living with my parents for a few months, and then actually we lived in a camper for the next 3 months. And then luckily, before winter hit in end of October, we were fortunate enough to get a FEMA trailer, and we lived in that for the next year. Yeah, we've done all the work on our house pretty much ourselves with some help of family and friends. It's been a work in progress, but it's definitely coming along.
FITTEAM is absolutely progressing our life. Because of FITTEAM, I can be home. I can still finish the projects I need. Without FITTEAM, I'd be working probably out of state somewhere. I wouldn't be home very often. None of this stuff would get done. The garage that I just built this winter, I would have never got any of that started. We're better off now than what we had. It's kind of hard to say that. We had to go through all that, but our house is bigger than what we had before. It's nicer than what we had before. It was done by us, so there's a pride factor in that, and I love that. I love the fact that our life is better, sadly, because of it, because of the flood.
Losing my home daycare during the flood actually got me looking into other ways I could make income from home and still be home with my kids. So I started looking at, network marketing and other, home-based businesses. And then I met Katie Laverne on Facebook. We came across FITTEAM, and we've really built this business in North Dakota from the ground up.
I think that's exactly what FITTEAM is based off of, is the fact is your success is predicated on how hard you work. The harder you work, the more you're going to get out of it.
We definitely work together as one Fit Team family. You'll hear that slogan thrown around all the time. Fit Team is amazing for the support and guidance. We have so many leaders, even though you might be by yourself in a state where nobody else is. Corporate is always amazing. They're coming out here all the time to do trainings. You can get a hold of them at any time, whether it's the CEO, Christopher Hummel. Having that support right there is pretty amazing.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like any other business I've ever seen or how it's run. It seems really close-knit. People are really hands-on.
Chris is an awesome CEO. I have never been around somebody who, makes you feel comfortable, just acts like you're part of the family.
We wouldn't have the life we have if it wasn't for him. The fact that I'm able to be home, be with my family that's the way it's meant to be. I couldn't thank the guy enough.
I am able to spend more time with my family. I'm able to work from home. We're very busy. We're gone every weekend with travel baseball. During the week, they're playing league.
We used to travel before Fit Team, sparingly every couple of years, but Fit Team, we have the conventions every few months. Kelly earns these trips. It's amazing, the places you go to. You're going places you see on TV that you always go, hey, that's where I'd like to go visit sometime, and Fit Team is making that possible. We're able to travel the world, which is kind of neat, actually. What company offers that?
The big focus on Fit Team is about changing everyone's lives around us and not just worrying about yourself. It's allowed me to help a lot of my family and friends around me. I know specifically my mom and dad have lost a lot of weight using Fit Team, and they're kind of my success story. It feels pretty incredible knowing that I've helped so many people around me get healthier and allow a lot of my brand partners to gain the time freedom that they're looking for.
The work that she's done with Fit Team, it's a great example for our kids too. They see how hard their mom works, and the success she gets is indicative of that hard work. So they see that, and that's awesome. I couldn't be prouder.
It's really important for me to be a positive role model for my kids. They see me working every day towards, big dreams. And a lot of jobs out there, you don't have that vision and those dreams of, bigger and better things, whether it's, being debt-free for us or going on this vacation. I know my kids see all the fun things, but it's really important to allow them to be able to dream big and do what they want in life, whether it's, being a professional baseball player or whatever it is that they want to do. I'm Kelly Stewart, and I'm a Diamond Executive with Fit Team Global.